Today, I'm showing off a fun experiment in what I'd call structured vibe coding. Think of it as an AI assembly line for a personal project. Instead of working with just one LLM at a time, I've built a workflow where Claude, Gemini, and Codex all build different features simultaneously using Git worktrees. To keep everything isolated but connected, I created 2 Git worktrees for my repo. This lets me have 3 distinct branches checked out in different directories at the exact same time. The main branch is reserved for Claude. Worktree 1 is dedicated to Codex, and Worktree 2 is where Gemini lives. Then I set up the war room environment. First, terminals. I open 3 terminal windows stacked side by side, each pointed at its own branch. Next, dev servers. I fired up the project in each terminal, giving every instance its own unique port. And finally, browsers. On my second monitor, I opened 3 windows, one for each port, so I could watch the live changes happen in real time. I even used different screen profiles to keep the visual context clear. Though honestly, that's just a nice to have. I started a tab for the specific coding agent assigned to that branch. Here's how I delegated the work. On the main branch, I used Claude with Nexus to write structured specs for the core features and break them down into epics. By pushing regularly to main and merging those updates into the other branches, I can have different agents implement different epics in parallel. Since this is a personal project, I'm moving fast. I'm using the epics as the requirements prompt and letting the agent's planning modes handle the design on the fly. I've dedicated Gemini for bug hunting and unit test generation, so I kept it focused on quality control and hardening. Meanwhile, Codex and Claude handled the heavy lifting for the actual feature implementation. Using multiple models is a great way to keep costs at a minimum. By spreading the workload, I can stay below those session thresholds and rate limits that usually slow you down. You can experiment with how you delegate the tasks, but for me, this is just a practical way to keep the momentum going without hitting those annoying platform limits.